Okay, everybody, we are back with our last race of the marathon, Metroid 2 Return of Samus. We got RT-55J, we have Squidman, and we have Daggett on comms. So without further ado, on over to you.
All right, welcome in everybody. I'm pretty excited about this race. RT and Squid have both been practicing a ton lately, and I don't think I've seen a matchup with runners who have closer times on the leaderboards. Really excited about this, but I'm gonna not delay this too long. I'm gonna give them the countdown so that they can get going, and then I'll go ahead and explain more about this game and the speedrun and how it all works. Um, RT, Squid, are you two ready to get going? Oh, maybe they,
Right.
okay. They can't talk. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll count you down from 3. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is the second game in the Metroid franchise. This game takes place after the events of Metroid 1, after the events of Metroid Prime, but before Super Metroid. And in this speedrun, Samus starts with, well, in this game, she starts with Morph Ball and some missiles. And you'll see our runners doing a lot of morphing because it turns out she can roll faster than she can run, which maybe you should expect that in every game, but this is one of the few games where that's actually true. So they start with missiles, which means right away they're gonna find a Metroid and kill it. Because in this game, everyone in this galaxy, the Federation, Samus, they've all decided that Metroids are too dangerous to live. So they've sent her on this mission to go to their home world and eradicate all of them. And that's what we're going to do. We've got a counter down in the bottom corner on the right that says 39 Metroids. Every few Metroids that get killed, the planet will change. It'll react to those Metroids getting killed, and something will change. Samus can go deeper into the mission, and the number will sort of randomize and scramble for a bit. You'll see that a lot. And you can see here lots of use of Morph Ball because that's the fastest way to move for them right now. Later, that will change. Another thing here is when the Metroids animate, time sort of freezes. You see that missile hanging there in the air? It'll shoot off in a second, yep, and just hit that Metroid like that. So these are Gammas. So the Metroids, these are Alphas. The Metroids come in different life stages. They come in the larva, which you've seen in Metroid 1 and Super Metroid. They come in the Gammas, the larvas, then the Alphas, which you just saw. Those are Alphas, they take 5 missiles. Then there's Gammas, which take 10. Then there's Zetas, which I think take 20. I think it just keeps going up by 10. And then there are Omegas after that, which take 40. However, they have a weakness that we'll see later to save ammo. And it's actually pretty important ammo save. Another rather noteworthy thing about this game is the way damage boosting works. It's an extremely useful technique for getting vertical height fast. So you'll see a lot of that. Another thing in this game is when you are in a morph ball and you like roll off a ledge, you can unmorph and jump, and the window for that jump is just huge. You have so much time. I swear you have like half a second to press the button. So you'll see a lot of that in this as well. Very, very interesting use of damage boosting to get around. Saves so much time. What else was I gonna say? Of course, our runners are very evenly matched. They both started learning this game not too long ago, actually. It's been this year. RT is notable for having disassembled the entire game, so he has a ton of game knowledge. Squid, under his belt, he has lots of speed games, lots of race experience. So he's coming at this from the, very experienced at platformers perspective. Whereas I think this might be RT's first speed game. but then he's got all that game knowledge, and you actually see that in their route differences. So one of the things in this game is it tries very hard not to lag the player. So when enemy AI is running, it will sort of abort if the scan line is beyond a certain point. And so you'll actually see RT take advantage of that in his route, where he'll spam shot sometimes, and he'll do that specifically to cause the AI to basically stall out. Whereas I don't think Squid uses that technique as much. Another notable thing about this game is most things only exist while they're on screen, so that includes bombs and destructible blocks. You'll, like, this room here where Squid is, he wants to go get that missile, but the reason he didn't plant a bomb first is because when he grabbed the bombs, well, okay, I guess he didn't plant a bomb in this case because he didn't have bombs yet, but there's later examples where he could have placed a bomb, and he won't because he's going to scroll it off screen and it'll stop existing. So you kind of have to wait. Wait till you're ready to keep it on screen before you can use bombs. This speedrun is... This is the any percent no out of bounds. There's no completed run. Oh, that was an example of jumping out of morph, where he had all the time in the world to press jump. You'll see RT do it here in a second. He rolls out, and he unmorphs and jumps. So this is the any percent no out of bounds route. There are no leaderboard runs of out of bounds, so it's kind of funny that they have that distinction. There's a weird glitch in this where if you press select, sometimes blocks will disappear, and then you can use that to get out of bounds. So right there, Squid placed a bomb, got boosted up, unmorphed, and then jumped for extra height. You'll see a lot of that kind of thing, particularly combined with damage boosting. So they... Oh yeah, here's yep, there's a damage boost and then a jump out of it, and there's going to be an even better one here in a second if you're watching Squid. Right? Let's see. Oh, I guess he has to go fight a Metroid first. Yeah, I think these two PBs on the leaderboard are like 10 seconds apart. And considering this is over an hour run, that's like nothing. That's like frames sort of thing. Like RT's a little bit behind right now, but just like a second, and I think that's going to change over the run. One of the things that's going to be a big issue later in the run is it's very easy to lose your space jump in this game, and that's something that everybody at all skill levels struggles with. So, you know, hoping both of our runners have good luck with space jumps. It feels awful to lose your lead to a space jump. So this item here is called Spider Ball, and this is also going to be really important to movement. And you might be thinking, well, yeah, because it lets you go up walls. Well, actually, it lets you go really fast. So there's this weird bug where if you're moving left and your Spider Ball either bounces or you jump with it, like with Spring Ball. Oh, here's a good damage boost right there. Then you can move at like running speed while in ball form in the air. So you'll see a lot of that. We call it spider throw, and they'll switch to spider ball. It's better once they get spring ball, but right now they can do it in a few places if they bounce. But yeah, that's a really that's kind of what separates like people who have done speedruns of this from people who have like top leaderboard times, like Behe and Scotty, is their ability to spider throw. 'Cause it's not always easy. It's easy to understand the trick, but it's not always easy to perform in a way that saves time. So Squid's already done with the first area. Well, okay. I guess he technically has a little bit more to do. But he's done with the item collection in that area. All he's got left are a few Metroids. And notice we started with 39, now we're down to 37.
Would now be a good time to read some donations.
Yeah, please.
Perfect. So we have a $10 US donation from Naithulu saying, I'm not a fan of cancer, but I love speedruns. We have a $50 donation from one of our runners, RT-55J, saying, RT here, my dad passed away from cancer 5 years ago. Here's my contribution for this marathon, and here's to an excellent race. We have a $100 donation from Squidman saying, this year I'd like to dedicate my segment in GOC and this donation to a friend of a friend who lost her fight with cancer only 10 days ago. Her name is Dao Tai Mai Han, and she was just 33 years old. Far too young. Cancer sucks, but there is always hope. And we have a $10 donation from Lookin' Toad saying, good luck Squidorino and GG's to all the runners so far. And a 25 GBP donation from Tyke619 saying a little bit for my deaths in Cyber Shadow and a little more for you all being awesome. An honor as always to represent and to be a part of your stage. Best of luck to the remaining runners and hope to get this again next time. Kick cancer's butt.
Thank you for reading those, and thank you to all the donations, all the donators. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I think up to this point in the run, they've only fought alphas, if I'm not mistaken. I think the first gamma is in the next area. Alphas and gammas look kind of similar. The gammas are a little bit bigger, but the gammas have something the alphas don't, which is they have this like lightning whip, and it blocks your missiles. And it's kind of a interesting, weird thing that happens in this game when you play it casually, because as the Metroids get stronger, they're always worse. Like, they're always a harder fight. But once you sort of start practicing the game and doing speedruns, it actually turns out that most of the Metroids are really easy to kill, except the Gammas. The Gammas, like, basically never become easy, which is kind of funny, considering they're only, like, the second form you run into. They're not meant to be, like, crazy difficult, but they're very hard to optimize. They're very bouncy, and they block your shots. RT grabbing a little bit of health on his way out here. That's a smart little thing. Oh, I remember what I was going to say earlier. So our runners today have a gentleman's agreement on how to do marathon safe strats for this run. So they're going to use all the same save stations, and they've also agreed on certain refills as, like, necessary. And they did that because, nobody wanted to lose their run, basically. We wanted to have both finish. So just a little bit of safety there. So if somebody does die, which doesn't happen too often, I've been watching them practice. But if it does happen, there will be a save nearby. So this area that they're both in now used to be in lava. But once enough Metroids were killed, it sort of triggered the planet. The planet is like alive. It's like sentient, which is like a Metroid lore thing. It's kind of weird and interesting. And the planet is kind of angry at Samus, and it's like funneling her towards more and more dangerous things. Because the planet sees the Metroids as sort of its babies. I don't know if that's officially canon, but I saw that somewhere and I liked it. Alright, so Squid here is fighting, I think, his last alpha for a while. As he gets into, I think this next place is called Area 3. Or is it Area 2? I think this might be Area 2. So there's kind of an interesting thing here where you really want to get Spring Ball and Varia both as soon as possible. So our runners opt for, they go use that save, which is part of that gentleman's agreement I talked about before. And then they're going to go climb up this, and this is pretty dangerous. They don't have a lot of health for this climb, and it's all damage boosts all the way up. So hopefully things go okay for Squid. These damage boosting, oh, had to take a step back. So he's got 58 health. If he takes one more hit, we'll hear him beeping. All right, now RT is most of the way up there as well. So this here, they have to fight Darkness, I think his name is. He has Spring Ball. He was hiding in that Chozo orb. Oh, right. RT picks up a missile pack, which also allows RT to take fewer damage boosts on the way up. So it gives him a little bit of flexibility with missiles. Yeah, look at that. So he made it up with 73 health. Missile drops, RT just got a missile drop, and missile drops are really rare in this game. I don't really understand fully how the drops work in this game, but almost nothing drops missiles, and the things that do rarely drop them. It's kind of unusual to see missiles drop. Farming is basically not an option, so the routing in this is heavily dependent on the refill stations. Alright, so here we got an alpha. Next one should be a gamma, so you finally get to see one of those. RT showing off some spider balls, spider throws. Really good bit of movement tech. I think next item here is high jump boots and maybe some energy tanks. Good placing that bomb. Careful to not scroll it off the screen until it explodes. Because as we were saying before, bombs stop existing when they go off the screen. Yeah, so Squid now has high jump boots. And then there's like ammo and health over here. RT close on his heels. So both our runners now have Spider Ball and Spring Ball, which allows for some interesting movement. They're about to get Varia, which Varia makes it so that you run as fast as Morph Ball rolls. So once they get Varia, you'll still see them morph a lot, but it'll be for things like Spider Ball for spider throwing instead of for absolute speed. Oh yeah, I think I mixed up areas in my head. I was thinking there were some Metroids down there by High Jump, but I think that's a later area. Yeah, RT climbing the wall here. Those things on the wall are kind of weird. They shoot at you and they hurt you, but then if you shoot them and like break their face, then they no longer hurt you and they're platforms. Oh, we got another alpha. The game tries to give you this sense of the Metroids are sort of evolving. So you start off fighting a lot of alphas, and then some gammas, and then you almost never see the alphas later. Alright, so this area that Squid's heading down to now, this underwater area, notice she doesn't have gravity and she's fine. What's up with that? This underwater area is where Varia is located. If you're really new to this game, I recommend getting Varia first in this area before the other items. It's just a lot easier on health. You take less damage. Varia, I think, cuts your damage in half like in Super Metroid. One really cool thing about this game, like one of the innovations it brought to the franchise, you'll see it when Squid gets Varia here in a second, is Varia has like a different silhouette relative to the power suit. And that was an innovation in Metroid 2. In part because, you know, they couldn't do stuff with colors, right? So they couldn't do a palette swap. So they opted for change the sprite out. A cool upgrade that has appeared in all the other Metroid games. There it is. There's Varia's suit. RT is almost at Varia. So that's the item collection for this area. And now the rest, everything else in this area is clean up the Metroids. Nice spider throw over to Varia. These blocks here, these orbs, they're only, except for Varia, they can only be destroyed by bombs. Be much quicker if you could just shoot them, but only the one containing Varia can be shot. It's kind of unfortunate. So the remaining Metroids are sort of off in this like cavernous area over here. It looks a lot like the cavernous area where they last fought 3 or 4 Metroids. It's you know, Game Boy. They gotta reuse the rooms to save memory. Let's see here. So this is this is a Gamma. So it just transformed, right? Squid's got a cool setup here where he traps it in the corner. Oh, it didn't work today. So the thing about killing these Gammas is that they're very bouncy. And so if you can get them stuck in a corner, they don't bounce and you can just spam fire at them. Oh, another thing that's important to understand is they can only have 1 missile on the screen at a time. So they really want to get their gun right up next to their target so that they can spam, because other than that constraint, there's no like cooldown between shots. So you can fire as fast as you want as long as it's leaving the screen immediately. Let's see if RT gets this set up. No, they're hoping to get that Metroid. Yep, there it is. Get that Metroid back in that pocket, and then you see he just spams shot. So the Gammas take 10 shots, and they have that tail whip thing, that lightning bolt. It's like an electrical whip, and that deflects missiles. So you kind of have to time your shots. Like usually where you're standing, like if you can see it, if you see that attack, then that's a good time to press the shoot button, given how long it takes a missile to fly across the screen. RT doing some good spider throws to cross that room. I think, from what I've seen in practice, I kind of get the impression that Squid maybe has better boss fights, like better Metroid fights, but RT has better movement, at least with the spider throws. And I think that's part of why they kind of end up being like so close, is that they're like each one is a little bit better than the other at something that you do a lot. Squid with a really nice setup on that in the sand. See if RT gets it as well. Oh, and there's the earthquake for Squid, so he's finished that area. Earthquake always means you can move on to the next area. But it's delayed just enough that when you're doing the speedrun, sometimes like you don't get the quake and you're like, did I forget one? And then the quake finally happens and you're like, oh. Alright. RT also got the good setup on that Metroid. And a nice jump out of the morph ball there. Alright, Strat. If you feel an earthquake, move on to the next area. So I think, so I think this area they're wrapping up now is Area 2, and then they're moving on to Area 3. I sometimes want the very first Metroid you kill to be all of Area 1, but I think that's not the case. That's the only reason I'm uncertain about the numbering, but I'm almost certain this next area is what we call Area 3. Also, saving, I don't know if you noticed, because saving is so quick in this game, but both of them saved on that save station on the way out. That's part of that gentleman's agreement I mentioned. And saving in this game is like, if you're standing on the save tile and you press like start or whatever it is, it's like done. Like that's the save. So it's basically instantaneous. So for save stations that are like on the way like that, it's not really any, it doesn't cost them any time to save. And some nice insurance in case something goes off the rails. Yeah, these tunnels, full of all kinds of weird, creepy crawly creatures, and it's a good place to spam shots because the ones that fall from the ceiling, if you spam your shots, they take longer to fall, so you have more time to run under them. Nothing ever goes off the rails in Metroid 2. That's right. I didn't see if Squid did it this time, but he has a cool technique in that little morph tunnel area where he cancels the bounce of the morph ball by spider balling for just like a few frames. I don't know if RT does it. I don't think he does. We'll see. He'll pass it in a second. Squid doing a bunch of cool damage boosts to get up that room faster. Alright, Squid's at the start of Area 3, he'll go refill his missiles. He has 13 missiles, so the first thing he's got to do when he gets to the area is refill. There's like a refill hidden in the sand, so he'll go down and touch it. You don't have to completely uncover it, so I don't know if you'll actually see the refill. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So now he's full on missiles. He's going to do a really cool damage boost here. He shoots that guy, he hits that one, he jumps out of it. It gets him up there really fast. You're meant to spider ball that. Spider ball's slow. Why would you do a slow thing? RT right on his heels. Also coming up on the refill. Okay, so this item that Squid's getting here is Space Jump. And it's intended required to get over this next hill, but there are speedrun techniques to not using damage boosting. Although I think Squid will just jump over it because the trick for skipping it is pretty annoying. Oh, RT gets up there without spider ball as well. Saves a good bit of time. Yeah, Squid's just going to space jump it. So space jump in this works a lot like space jump in Super Metroid, where there's a very narrow window of when to press the button, and it's extremely easy to miss your window, and it's super unfortunate when that happens. Squid bouncing across the save station and saving it. Alright, so now they've both got space jump. So he falls down that wall there on purpose. That's to not wake up that gamma. It looked like an alpha because it's going to transform as soon as it wakes up. Yes, this, you're meant to use space jump here as well, but who has time for space jump? RT doing a nice little damage boost to get up his as well. This, so coming up for Squid is a Metroid fight and then an E-Tank. And this E-Tank is actually skippable in the 80% route, but both our runners will get it, because again, it's part of this safety, part of the marathon safeties that they agreed to. You do kill that one later on the way back. There's a fairly nice setup for waking it up when you're coming the other way. Alright, so that E-Tank right there, optional for any percent, but it adds so much safety. It's very much worth it for a setting like this where you get one shot at finishing the run. If you're doing PB attempts, maybe you leave it out. So this game doesn't have beam stacking like you have in Super Metroid, so you can only have one beam at a time, and so they put duplicate beams like in Metroid 1, just scattered throughout. This area here has some really good beams. I think you can get plasma in Area 3, but I might be wrong about that, I forget. But they're skipping all that. They're only going to get one beam upgrade, and it's in Area 6. They're going to finally get Ice Beam, because you do need Ice Beam to beat the game. Ice Beam is available at the end of the game, but it's slower to get it there. Okay, so Squid's going to try to trap this gamma in that reforming block. See how fast it is to kill a gamma when you get it trapped? That is just, that's a very nice kill, and it's very hard to do. I'm sure right now Squid is going, oh, I got it! I'm sure he's, like, cheering. We can't hear him because he's deafened, so he doesn't hear the commentary. See, this is classic Gamma right here, where it's like, it's just taking forever, it's hiding from you, it's getting bounced around by your missiles. Classic Gamma doesn't want to die strats. Alright, who needs space jump when you've got damage boosting? Save on the way out. And now RT's almost done its area, he's going to try to trap this Gamma. If he's successful. Oh, looks good. Looks good. Good job, RT. But both our runners got that one. Let's see if RT gets a better kill than Squid on this Gamma. So at this point, Squid's a whole Metroid ahead, but anything can still change. They're in the thick of it, where most of the fights they're going to have for quite some time are Gamma Metroids, and it's really swingy fighting Gamma Metroids. You can gain and lose a lot of time that way. Game looks so much fun. Yeah, it is really fun. I think it's the best version of Metroid 2. I know, Mercury Steam did an excellent job on Dread, but I don't think they did as good of a job on Samus Returns. And I suppose there's that fan game, AM2R, that's very good. But for speedrunning, I would rather play this than AM2R. For casual, AM2R is probably better. But I think this game got kind of overlooked because it's in that early Game Boy era, before the Game Boy Color. Game Boy wasn't as popular. It's harder to revisit the games because people don't tend to like monochrome. But I think it's fun. I think I'd rather play this casually than Metroid 1. Alright, so Squid grabbing the missile pack. He's not quite done with this area, but it's sort of his last chance to refill on the way out. If you play this with Game Boy Color, yeah, there's it uses some heuristics to add some colors. The game itself isn't Game Boy Color aware though. Nice spider throw here, and then an unmorph and a jump. It's really, these speed strats are really elegant. Good. Doing the safety save here. So this area here that Squid is in is sort of the halfway point of the run. About halfway through this area is the halfway point. It's the... Oh, he's got to be careful. He can get damage boosted into the screen transition and have to reset the room. This Gamma is really problematic. I don't know if you can tell, but a couple of his shots got blocked by the electric whip, and it's just... Yeah, that's one of the harder ones to optimize. And that's what I'm saying, this area he's in right now is really hard to optimize with the Metroid fights. He's got 2 to fight up here, an Alpha and a Gamma. Now, Squid opts to fight the Alpha first, but RT will do it differently. RT does a cool trick where he gets up in the hole using damage boost. See, RT got the setup. So RT just gained some time relative to Squid. This one's a pain because the webbings absorb your shot, and there's not really a good way to set this one up for a fast fight. You just kind of have to deal with the bouncing. Uh-oh. Oh, it didn't work. His setup didn't work. I don't know if he's going to keep going for it. Uh-oh. He's losing a lot of health. This is an unfortunate time loss for him. There he goes. Unfortunate because he was just gaining time. So this next Metroid is the halfway point in the run. The next one that Squid's gonna fight. So there's also a health refill down here. Good. RT's gonna need this health refill. He took more hits than normal at this point. We discovered recently those health refills have a 1 pixel hitbox. We learned that because I don't remember. I think both of our runners today were practicing, and they both had a problem where they went to grab it and they touched it twice and didn't get the refill. So now they both sort of do this trick where they jump into it and move side to side to ensure that they hit the hitbox. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 more Metroids in this area, and then they're moving on to 4. Except they don't move on to 4. Metroid is a cool character. Yeah, so I think Squid has 1 more to kill, and RT has 2 more to kill. This area is definitely, for me, this is a very challenging area. Tiny platforms, lots of gammas. Oh, look, Squid got a really nice kill on that one. Squid's getting some really nice Metroid kills, saving a lot of time. Alright, so normally you would go to Area 4 because that was Area 3. But it turns out that there's not that much lava here, so Squid's just going to run through it, and he's going to go into Area 5. I think this is an intended, like a designed-in sequence break. I think the devs actually intended people to figure this out, because they put just enough Metroids here that you can trigger the next lava when you do the areas out of order. Okay, so there were 2 Metroid shells there, and my mnemonic is left for life, right for rockets. So notice that Squid went left, so he wants to refill his health. And leave with full ammo. Leave this area with full ammo. Yeah, there's just a tiny little alpha here guarding this health refill. And now RT's gonna go left for life probably as well. I think that's what I've seen both of them do in their practice runs. But I think RT will gain some time relative to Squid by doing some good spider throws when he gets up to the room Squid's in. With the weird floating platform things. Yeah, there's a nice spider throw. Look at that. Spider throw strats are pretty cool. Alright, Squid's gonna go right for rockets. So, killing both of these Metroids here is enough to trigger the next, like, lava thing. The next earthquake. And so, on the way out, they won't have to run through all that lava. They'll have to run through some lava elsewhere, but they won't have to do the lava dive. And this is another annoying gamma. Oh, that was a pretty good stun lock. It's really hard to get that one to do anything useful. Sequences are made to be broken. Yeah, now you're thinking with Metroids.
Have a sec for some more donos?
Yeah, go for it.
Perfect. So we have a $5 donation from an actual Metroid saying, "She, who is this she the commentator keeps talking about? Is he calling Metroid a girl? I can't believe it. Rolling into a ball is a lot cooler than crawling. I know Zelda was a weird name for the green guy with a sword, but Metroid is a cool guy." And we have a $50 donation from Spock Squid Dad and a $50 donation that just came in from XR Tech. So thank you so much for those supporting donations, folks, all going to a great cause, and keep them coming.
Yeah, thanks for those donations. Alright, so RT has the rockets. He's got his missiles refilled. And Squid's going on to area 6? I forget. Things get enough out of order here that I forget the official naming on them. But area 6, if I'm right about where he's going, is where our runners have the biggest route divergence. I think Squid goes anti-clockwise and RT goes clockwise. Yeah, this is definitely where Squid's going, area 6. Oh, also, on the way into this area... Or no, wait. Oh, this is area 5. Okay, right. He has to finish off area 5, because it goes... Right, it's normal counting. It's 3, 3, 5, 4? 6? Yeah, I think that's how you count. So these guys here, these floaty guys, they drop big health, and not a lot of enemies in this game do that. The big health are actually worth farming, and these guys get in your way. So you'll see both our runners use missiles on those guys. Oh, this gamma here. This is probably Squid's favorite gamma. I think he called this the worst gamma in the game. Notice RT just plowing through that lava. Really good strat. I think that might have been how Squid crossed that room too. But it's basically like lava really doesn't cause that much damage in this game. It's mostly just scary when you don't know where you're going. Yeah, so these, like, neither one of our runners have health in a bad situation, but these big flying guys are pretty good if you got here with like bad health and you need a little bit more before you get to Area 6. They're a pretty good farm. There's not normally good farms in this game. I don't know about the strat RT's doing. I haven't seen this before. This could be interesting. Uh-oh, he's getting bounced around too much. Get in the door, yeah! Okay. So I don't know, the setup on that took a while. I don't know if I like that strat, but definitely see what he's going for there. You really want to corral the gammas before you feed them their pellets. It's really a Metroid farming game. Oh, so this room that Squid is in, I call it the flying high room. Because the strat Squid's doing is like easy and consistent. It's slow. RT will probably spider throw in that room. Ah, yes, those missiles, those like rocks are only weak to missiles, and it's the only place in the game where you have to do that. I remember once as a kid getting to that room. I had already beaten the game before, and I got to that room and just did not know what to do and thought I went the wrong way and went all the way back to the surface. It was awful. Because I had forgotten that, yeah, that's the one place in the game where you have to shoot rocks with a missile. So if you play this casually, don't mess that up. Did you guys hear anything? I was sworn there was a Metroid there for a second. Alright, so this is Area 6 that I was talking about. Squid's going to go use the save, again, part of that marathon safety strat thing. And then he's going to go anti-clockwise around this place, because this place is basically a big loop. And it's a big cavernous thing with tons of climbing. And the way Squid does it is sort of the easy, safe way. But it's much, much slower to do it this way. So this is probably the area where if RT has a good... if he has a good Area 6, he will gain considerable time on Squid. This right here is going to be our first Zeta. Because remember, the Metroids went Larva, Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, Omega. I say remember, but I don't actually know if I told you that, guys. I told you all of them yet. But this one's a Zeta. It's like a little demon. It's got like little legs and a tail. And this is where that AI abuse, where spamming shots stuns the AI, makes that one so easy. So room Squid's in. Oh, you'll see RT doing it. So RT is doing this nice spider throw technique to get through that room. And see how much faster... I mean, he's in a shorter room, but see how much faster it was than Squid's room? So this is what I mean by like... So RT is going clockwise, so he's starting at, you know, the bottom left, whereas Squid starts at the, like, the top right. This Gamma here, I feel that this is the worst Gamma in the game, in my opinion. It's this one. You can get knocked down, and if you get knocked down, it's health resets. I've died to this one before in runs. This is just the worst Metroid for me. But the reward for it is the health refill, and that's what makes Squid's anti-clockwise so much safer, is you get that health right away. And he's about to get a missile refill. Whereas RT now has Ice Beam. So I was saying before they don't get ice at the very end of the game, but that's where they get ice. Now Squid's going to go for Screw Attack, which has kind of a troublesome Zeta, but there's a nice... Squid has a really nice setup for it. We'll see if he gets it. He spider throws over here and then goes back and hangs out by the door. And that he's usually able to manipulate it low. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he got his setup. RT trying to get the Gamma in the door. Doesn't look like it's going to cooperate. Alright, so Screw Attack is one of these items that both of our players could easily skip, but they both have agreed to get it today for safety. It's kind of helpful on the final boss fight, and it's pretty helpful in some of the climbs. So this is the scary part of the run with RT's health. He's got pretty good health this time around. He's got 94, but I've seen him at like 14 health at this part of the run before. The good news is he's like en route to an E-Tank. In fact, our two runners are about to pass here in a second. They're both climbing the same structure. And then they're going to, move towards each other once they get to the top. So RT's going to drop down for the E-Tank, and Squid is going to go up and go fight a Metroid that's up to the right. But if he were to go left, he would run past RT. Yeah, is this the Sand Gamma that you're talking about? 'Cause this one is pretty annoying. There's a cool door setup, though, that Squid's going to go for. Hopefully he gets it. No. Doesn't want to cooperate. So this is a risky room because you can get pushed into the transition pretty easily. Oh, see, our runners are in the same room again. Look at this. They've caught up to each other. So RT's going to opt to just go for murder. Alright. So I really don't know who's in the lead. It's kind of interesting. You cannot get that E-Tank by dropping to that Metroid shell, by the way. You have to go... You can only go up through that one. They're really close. I really don't know who's ahead. Yeah, they are doing different routes. So Squid goes counterclockwise, anti-clockwise, and RT goes clockwise. Oh, nice little stun lock here. You can also fire backwards in this game. If you're deboosting when you shoot, you can press a direction, and your facing direction won't update, but you'll shoot in that direction that you're pressing. The counterclockwise route is safer. You get the health and ammo refill earlier in the rotation. Whereas the other route, you get really close to dead before you get to the E-Tank. So Squid's got a bit of cleanup to do. I think he has Ice Beam left to grab, and like maybe one Metroid, not counting the one on the way out. Whereas I think RT has a Gamma and a Zeta that are both fast. So RT's going to do a cool thing here where he damage boosts to get across to where the Gamma is. This is pretty cool. So we damage boost. Uh-oh. It didn't work out. But we'll just play pinball. You guys like pinball? Samus likes pinball. And now he's at the Gamma. Without touching the ground. Alright, Squid's got Ice Beam now. So they've got the same loadout again. RT grabs a missile that Squid skips. He grabs a couple missiles that Squid skips, and this is one of them, right here. And then, so I think they both have one Metroid left. So RT's got this Zeta, and think this is a Zeta for Squid as well, but I forget. No, it's an Omega. Oh no, it's a Zeta. Forgot about the transformation. This Zeta is hard for me. All the Zetas are hard for me. I find the Omegas to be easier than the Zetas. Oh, RT gets a stun lock. Alright, so they're like neck and neck. Because Squid, even though Squid's killed more Metroids, he has to go all the way back across the area, whereas RT just has to fall. So they are neck and neck. Good safety save. On the way out. Nice fall between the blocks. They both got to fight this Metroid on the way out. So this point in the run, I forget what the exact number is, but they need like 81 missiles or 61 missiles, I forget, as like perfect ammo when they leave this area. Oh, RT's in the lead. We have a switch up here. RT's in the lead because Squid, I forgot, Squid needs more ammo. He only has 46 missiles. So yeah, okay. So now Squid can kill this Metroid on the way out. So RT is heading to, I guess, area 7? They were in 6? 7 comes after 6, right? I don't know. Counting in Metroid is hard. Because it goes 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9? I think there's 9 areas, not counting the final boss. RT doing some great spider throws here to get across this room nice and fast. Alright, so now Squid's catching up. He's finally leaving that area. So, okay, so soon we will fight Omegas. I think the first Omega is actually coming up here. Omegas are tricky because if you shoot them in the front, it takes like 40 shots. But if you shoot them in the back, they take 3 times as much damage. So it's 14 shots to kill one optimally. 13 in the back, and then 1 in the front or the back will finish it off. Oh, the larva. No, wait, it's an alpha. Alright. Wait, where's RT going? Didn't he know there's another Metroid in this area? Didn't he see the shell? Oh, okay. Well, hopefully he'll realize in a second and turn around. Could be a time loss. Oh, okay. He remembered. He's gonna go back. See what Squid does here. And then watch the way RT fights this Omega. He's gonna stun lock it so that he can just spam it in the back. Squid finishes off the alpha. See, it does this swoop here, and then for some reason it won't like swoop all the way to Samus if you just like stand still. And then you can just jump and shoot and it just like, it's stun locked. He didn't quite finish it. You can usually finish it off. But, yeah, and they kick those baby feet. Yep, that's right. Oh, Squid also happened to go back. I guess he forgot the other Metroid as well. I was so busy watching the Omega fight. Let's see if Squid has a better Omega fight. I mean, RT's was good, but he didn't finish it all in one cycle, which is like, you know, the optimal thing. They sure don't look like they're weak from the back. Like, they look like they've got this big, strong shell. Yeah, Squid was a really clean Omega fight. Also going for the spider throws on the way out. So RT is in the lead. It's crazy how much time he saved by doing clockwise Area 6. Because he was definitely not in the lead going into Area 6. He was definitely behind. Alright, so this Area 9 has 3 Omegas, and it's like really spaced out, and it's basically just like going to these like 3 extreme points and killing the Omegas, and then getting out. And it's like in vanilla gameplay, you really want to grab all the missiles going into this area because there's no refills here, and the enemy farm here sucks for ammo. Like there is one, but it's terrible. So you really don't want to have to farm here. And in the speed run, you really definitely don't want to farm. Like that's kind of just a reset the run if you have to farm here. However, we got them sweet Omega setups, right? So they just need 14 shots, which, you know, they definitely have the ammo for that. Data turns into Omega. We run over here, let it swoop, and then just blast it in the back. Uh-oh. He missed 2 shots, which means, yeah, it turned around. So Squid might have better fights here. He might gain some time. And you notice they don't spider throw going left to right, and that's because spider throw doesn't work in that direction. It's a really specific trick. As long as nobody gets stuck in moonwalk. Uh-oh, Squid missed 1. He probably won't one-cycle this. Oh, he missed 2. Yep. Squid has enough ammo that he could shoot this one in the front to finish it off. But still not ideal. Unless it's like really close to dead. So those enemies that RT just killed, the guys with the face mask, those will often drop big health, and then there's like a bouncy guy, it's like a little robot guy that'll drop missiles here. But that's pretty much your whole farm in this area. So one thing they did in this game that was cool from a storytelling point of view is they don't put normal stage enemies near Metroids. Like the idea is that the Metroids feed off of them. And so like this area has like 3 enemies in it because there's like 3 Omegas, so there's just like nothing survives here. Oh, RT with a nice Omega kill. He got kind of far away from it, so like the shots were slowing down, but he did still one-cycle it because the AI was stalled out. Really nice spider throws across that room. Really clean. Alright, so that guy, and then, oh, he didn't scroll it on screen, but the missile guy is right there in that room. Alright, let's see how Squid fares against this one. You don't want to be spin jumping when they swoop, so that's, if you notice them like pausing for a second when the Gamma, or the Omega's about to swoop, it's part of the manipulation. Really clean fight. Optimal ammo, I think. Well, I think he might have missed a shot, but all the shots that hit. Squid's got plenty of ammo, and RT's about to go to the next area. Yep. So they both made it through the ammo check, and ready to move on to the final area here. There's only 1 Metroid left on this entire planet. Should be easy from here. Gotta climb back up this way, space jump up this way, and then space jump halfway across this next room. Alright, Squid. How's your Omega fight gonna go? Okay, well, got the turnaround back up. So this is a little bit slower because you're inching away from the door, but this is still nice. It's not quite optimal, but it's close enough. Alright, so we got RT entering the final area. There's some cool spider throws here, but there are some like pitfalls in this next area where like if you fall in them, it sends you back to the screen that RT is in now. So if he does do spider throws, he's got to be careful not to fall in those. It's not a problem where he's at now, but any layer above this one there's like switchbacks. Any of the switchbacks above this one, he has to be careful not to fall in the pits. It'll send you down one screen. It looks like it's sending you down one screen, but it actually sends you all the way to the bottom. And they're a little bit hard to spot at first, but they're basically the stone tiles that have like a transparent background. A little bit hard to explain, but these water pits have one in the middle. He successfully made it over them. Let's see. Squid coming up on that room. Alright, so this is where RT has to be careful. He's going to spider throw across here, and if he falls in the middle, he gets sent back to the beginning. So it looks like he cleared it. Alright. So this final area is basically just space jump checks. Like, if you don't know how to space jump, you can't get through this. Not entirely true, you can spider ball it. But for going fast in the speedrun, you gotta space jump it. And this is where PBs go to die, right? Like, it's, yeah, it's tricky. Alright, so we're gonna grab some refills, because we definitely need the missiles. He doesn't actually need the health, but again, marathon safety strats. This is a cool strat where he's gonna jump out of Spider Ball in order to get across here. It looks scary, but it's so cool. Build a PB in this room yesterday? Yeah. That's how you know you're getting better at this game, is you lose a PB to a space jump. Alright. So, wait a second. The counter's at 1. What's the counter doing? Uh-oh, 9. So here we finally see larva Metroids. We haven't fought those previously in this run, right? So there's apparently 8 larvae to kill. Alright, Squid at the refill. Squid is just going to space jump across. He doesn't do the fancy trick. This Metroid here grabs me every time. Good job, RT, for avoiding it. Squid's about to enter the Metroid zone. I don't know what to call this area. It's like not Turian, but it's kind of Turian. Is it a Chozo lab? It's probably an abandoned Chozo lab. Uh-oh. More Metroids. Ooh, I thought it was gonna grab RT. These Metroids grab you really easy. Alright, RT's coming up on the final Queen fight. So the Queen has 150 HP. Laying a bomb inside the Queen's belly does 30 damage, and missiles do 1 damage. So he wants to shoot the Queen, with some multiple 30 missiles, while laying bombs every chance he gets. So you see him like standing right there in the Queen's mouth, spamming missiles. That's trying to remove a cycle, basically. Yeah, some good missile spamming there. Good, right on his heels. Oh, there it is. So, time is not coming up for a little bit because you have an escape sequence basically. Time will be when they land in the ship. You might have seen this sequence before if you've played Super Metroid and watched the intro. It's the baby! So you need the baby to like eat these weird diamond-shaped blocks. Otherwise you can't get off the planet. You're like trapped. And this is coming up is also the final space jump like check. It's like so many people have lost like PBs and world records to this jump right here that RT's doing. He's got to get way up and over and around this pillar, and it's not easy. You know, I think he might be coming in on a PB pace. All right, so he'll fall down, and time will be when he lands in the ship. Time. 104. That's a PB. In fact, I think that moves him up on the leaderboard. We'll see. Squid's finishing strong. I missed his queen fight because I wanted to see what the escape was like for RT. His queen fight must have gone well because he didn't seem to have lost any time. Yeah, GG's RT. I think this is going to be a PB for Squid as well, as long as I didn't jinx it just now. This is like the hold your breath. Okay, Squid's up and around. Okay, so I think Squid's got a 105 something. This looks like a PB for him as well. I don't know if he'll get a 104. Time. Yeah, so they both got 104s. GG's to both runners. That's amazing. They both PB'd. Like, what more can you ask for in a race?
Yeah, that was an intense race. They were incredibly close the entire time.
Yeah.
And I will... sorry, go ahead.
Are you going to bring them into commentary afterwards?
Yeah, I can see if I can bring them in. We'll see what that does to the stream, and we'll go from there.
Cool. I don't know how much time we have. I think we're underestimate though.
Yeah, I think we are a chunk underestimate. So, so I have undeafened them so they can now hear us. But yeah, that was very close. Like the fact they were both within a minute of each other is absolutely insane.
Oh, and they both PB'd? It's amazing.
Definitely. Well, if you guys would like to say a little something, feel free to unmute yourselves. Otherwise, we can pop to an intermission.
My heart rate's through the roof right now, so I don't even know if I...
Both of you with a flat 1 hour time, in-game time.
Oh, nice. Like, as soon as I got the spider throws after the last refill, my heart rate just went through the roof. Like, I didn't know whether I was ahead or not of Squidman, but I was just, I couldn't, could barely handle it.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible. Great race. I don't know who won. Who won?
RT won.
Really? Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you.
And it was incredibly close. And in fact, it didn't look like RT was in the lead until after Area 6. Like when you guys were both leaving Area 6, it was like, wait, did it change? You know, I guess Area 6 clockwise is just that much faster.
Yeah, I've got a... That's the thing. Next thing on my list is to basically change a bunch of strats. A lot of spider throws and Area 6 clockwise is going to be the next thing on the list. So, but I mean, I'm not disappointed with that run. That was pretty amazing. Like, I don't think I dropped any space jumps, and I PB'd. So,
yeah,
can't complain.
Yeah. 100-second PB in the marathon is more than I could ask for.
Definitely. You gotta love getting a PB in a marathon, and the fact that you two were 54 seconds apart is incredible.
I'm actually surprised it was that far apart, but I thought would be closer. But yeah, still pretty good.
Yeah, I was expecting like a 105 instead of a 103 for my time, so very surprised. Though I guess that's what run against my best splits does psychologically.
Well, so was it so on the marathon timer? It looks like a 104.01, but I guess on your local timer, which is probably more precise, you clocked in at 103.
103.47 according to my
Wow.
local timer. Though maybe I flubbed somewhere. I don't know, but yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, thank you. Thank both of you. Really amazing times. Really great race. Glad I could do comms for it.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed watching that. This is a really fun game to play. I highly recommend it. If you like platformers, it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool strats and a lot of cool techniques, and you know, it's good. It's just good fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anyway, I'm tired after that. I need a break.
Well, you can
Understandable.
go take a break. And again, great showing from both of you. And don't go anywhere, folks, because we're going to get ready for our next run. Kenshin Trek running Super Castlevania 4.
Thanks, everyone.